Have you ever screwed up so badly in a conflict that you swore you would never do it again, and then you did? Today I'm going to let you know how to move from conflict regret to conflict empowerment. Early on in my career, I was put in charge of a group of people, and this group had very different ideas about the way that my area should be run. Most of them had been there long before I had, and they weren't very happy that I got this job. Through this, I was trying to navigate my own imposter syndrome to become the leader that they needed me to be for them. Well, one of my earliest conflicts that happened was I had an idea and also very strict orders about a way that our program should be delivered. So what happened? Of course, somebody was in complete opposition to how I was doing this. He had been operating the same way for a long time and nobody had questioned him. And then I came in, somebody that to him didn't know what she was doing, and in all honesty, I was pretty insecure too. And in front of every other one of my employees, he questioned me. He called me out, and then he absolutely refused to do what I was asking. And I felt completely pushed up against a wall. I was frustrated, I was caught off guard, and I had 10 minutes until clients started walking in. And I screwed this one up big time because he threatened to quit, and I told him he was fired and could leave at that moment. Oh my goodness, not the right timing, not the right words, not the right anything. But from that, I learned so much from the regret that I had in that conflict. I learned that there's a time and a place for certain conversations. Also, that I let somebody get to me and I should have known better. So what did I do? I gained the skills that I needed to have those difficult conversations. I gained the awareness to figure out when I was all of a sudden reacting as opposed to thinking and being able to process my emotions and give the correct response. What I wish I would have done was called a 10-minute timeout, and him and I would have went someplace else and had a discussion about his concerns and my concerns. And if we still didn't see eye to eye, at least at that point we could have left things amicably. And he could have made the best decision for himself, and I could have made a better decision for my team. Now, I'm not saying that just because you make these decisions in the moment that you're going to regret them. And I don't know if I do regret the decision to let that person go. What I do know is that it changed the way that my team viewed me. And I did have to do some repairs on the relationships and build up their trust again. Hi, my name is Crystal with Korero Solutions YouTube channel, a channel dedicated to helping you become the leader that you deserve. The first thing that you're going to do is think of those situations that all of a sudden trigger that unconscious brain and make you have that flare up of emotions. What is behind that? Understand what you feel your own vulnerabilities are and what you're trying to protect. So be aware of what your triggers are ahead of time. And if one does come up, have the ability to then take a step back and give yourself time to process and think of a better way to do it. Break down the different questions that you have for yourself. And I'll link a video at the end of this to go through some vital questions that you can ask yourself and you can ask the other person. Be willing to have those hard conversations. Be willing to be uncomfortable and to be challenged, because I promise you that you bring great wealth and information into any relationship and job that you have. Do not give up on yourself. It's going to be hard. It can be challenging, and it can be really uncomfortable. Within that and through that, you are going to gain so much clarity and so much strength. So be willing to go there and fully understand what is happening for you in those moments. Last, make sure that you are actually learning something. Decide what issues you had and what you need to do differently next time. Because living with all kinds of regret isn't worth it. So get in front of it. Figure out what happened and don't make the same mistakes multiple times. Learn from them and embrace the challenge. Make sure that you go and look at the questions that you need to ask yourself and the other person to gain an understanding during these times of conflict. Without this, you can really struggle for words and completely miss what somebody is actually trying to say. Make sure to do something today to change your tomorrow. Until next time.